I am so excited for this video. So we are here doing another D drives with this 1988 Ford Mustang SSP 50. It is a bit of a mouthful. So again, this is not my car. This is Matt's car. He has his own YouTube channel. So for those of you guys that want to go ahead and follow, you should, because this is an awesome car. He has lots of future plans for this car. So his name is Gearhead704. I'll have his YouTube information here and in the description down below. Again, go follow this. But as I was saying, very happy to be doing a D drive on this car. This is like the day that I've been waiting for. To be honest, I've never been a Fox body kind of person, but this car, it's kind of like changed it for me. This is like the coolest Fox body ever. So like, congratulations to Matt for this car. But enough talking with this. I am so excited to drive it here on the hills. It may not be the most, I don't know, exciting video, because after I drove it on the road, I did have to drive it all the way through these hills here. This car is camped. It has a lot of work done to the engine. Since I'm not used to it and I'm just like the first day driving this car, I felt like it was kind of gonna stall on some turns. So you know what? It's going to be like, we'll wait and see what happens. Maybe hopefully I got the hang of it on the way here, but we'll see. So enough talking, let's get driving. I didn't think that this was going to be one of the videos that I would make with this car. It was definitely not planned. But it turns out that it's a little bit complicated. I explained everything that happened in the D drives. So you'll know everything about that. I don't know if whatever I'm doing today works with the car, then you'll see the D drives and then you'll see the whole explanation. It might be just one video. If it doesn't work, then this will be with that and you would have already seen what happened. Regardless, it's all there. The point is that the car isn't starting. It used to start, now it's not starting. So I reached out to Matt and then he suggested that I replace the TFI module and the ignition coil on this car. He has a lot of Fox bodies. He's a huge fan of Fox bodies. Now we're not sure that this is going to be the solution or the fix for this car. So I can't guarantee that after I fix this, it's going to start up, but it can be one of the issues. If after I replace this, it doesn't start, then this is where the video ends and I don't get to resume my D drives, and then you guys can finish seeing this on Matt's channel to figure out what exactly the problem was. If it still doesn't work, at least you'll have a new TFI module and ignition coil so he can eliminate those out of his like troubleshooting. So let's go ahead and get started with that. It's like pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So like I mentioned in previous videos, this engine bay looked like there was plenty of space and it was easy to work with. So today I guess I'm trying out my theory, which it does look like it's very easy. At least for what I have to do today, it's very simple. So again, a very straightforward installation today. So I have to loosen the distributor bolt, which is that one. I've already marked it just because you want to make sure, since I will rotate the distributor once I put everything back together, that it's in the correct placement as how it is now, just for engine timing purposes. But I need to loosen this bolt, then rotate the distributor. I need to disconnect this clip right here from the TFI module, and then once I rotate the distributor, I can get to the bolts of the TFI module and then remove it, and then basically do everything in opposite in order to add the new TFI module. So very simple. Then I can go ahead and again rotate it back and screw the bolt back in. So that's that for the TFI module. Then the next thing I need to do, a little bit distracted with my dog's playing. They think, you know, that's the easy life, and here I am. I'm like hoping that this car starts after this. So the next thing that we need to do is replace the ignition coil, which is this part right here. So it has 4 bolts that I need to remove, and then pretty much remove this whole entire piece and then replace it with a new ignition coil, then put the cables back. Once both of these things are replaced, then is the real test to turn on the car and see if it turns on. Very simple installation. I really hope that it works, because again, if it doesn't work, then this car will just have to be transported to Matt like that. And again, you guys can finish seeing what the issue is and how Matt fixes it once it arrives to him. And another thing that I realized is that this is the oldest car that I'm working on, because the Camry is a few years younger than the Fox body. Since this is an 88, it has a few years on it, and also it is the first old modded car that I work on. So this is an engine that I'm not familiar with, and with the Camry, it's a stock engine, it's old, it's also kind of weird for me, but you know, what can you do? At least this is like a new experience, and hopefully it works. That was very easy, very simple install. That was the old TFI module. So it pretty much looks the same. The only difference that this one, you can see that the grease has been there for a long time. Let me tell you, even though that was simple, I haven't been under the hood of a car in a very long time. So doing this right now brings me back to like the beginning of YouTube days. And even though it was pretty easy, I think I'd rather be prepping a car for a paint job than being here. I feel like I've been like a little rusty with tools. Like, I forgot how this feels. How do you even use it? But very simple. So now let's move on to the ignition coil, and then we should be done. All right, moment of truth. New ignition coil, new TFI module. Let's see if it turns on. Okay, let's try again. I can't say I'm surprised. I don't know. I'm not surprised because like I said, when Matt and I talked, he said that this could be one of like the fixes, but not guaranteed. So some things just don't turn out how you planned them to be, but I mean, it's all right. I still made a few videos talking about the car and showing the car. Hopefully, I really hope that Matt fixes this, like, well, at least figures out the problem and is able to fix it, which I'm sure he will. I'm just a little disappointed because I really wanted to, I guess, finish the D drives at this point, because I actually did get to drive it to go to that location where I started the D drives, and then all of this ordeal happened, and it was really smooth. Like, in the previous videos when I talked about this car, I was kind of saying like, I don't know how it's going to feel. Remember, I was talking about the steering wheel, I was talking about the shifter, the seats also being a little bit stiff, and I just didn't know overall how the car would feel. Amazing. I really enjoyed it. There's only one clip that I got, which I'll insert here, and that clip was on the way there, and I filmed it just to show my mom. To think about that, that's like the only clip that I would have now at the end of the day to show you guys. But it was just really smooth. It was smoother than my Camaro ZLE, smoother than the Shelby. But the Shelby, that shifter, it's a short shifter, and it's also combined with like a racing clutch. Not street friendly at all. It's track friendly, but it's not street friendly. So that's the only thing that I'm just like, every single time I drive it in the street, the Shelby, I'm like, like it's just a pain. It's just not easy, you know. Sometimes you just want to have something that's just smooth and easy. It's not that it's hard, it's just not the best. But this was just a good feeling overall. I didn't have a problem with the shifter, I didn't have a problem with the steering wheel. Everything fit the car. I mean, the suspension fitted. It was just very smooth, very pleasant, and I just couldn't show you guys other than that small clip that I have there. So it is what it is. Now Matt has, you know, 2 new parts there, and he can eliminate those from being the problem. But I hope you guys enjoyed. You know, I am sorry it didn't turn out to be how a D drive is supposed to be. It almost feels like a fail, but you know, things happen. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.